Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 29th of January. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app and you can get the current affairs of entire year. So now, let's start. The Government of India and the State Government of Assam recently signed a tripartite agreement with which tribal group? So recently, a tripartite agreement was signed. Now, what is the meaning of this tripartite? It means three parties. So one is central government, another one is state government of Assam, and third is Bodo group. So this tripartite agreement was signed, and as per this agreement, Bodo Territorial Area District, that is BTAD, will be renamed as BTR in Assam. BTR stands for Bodoland Territorial Region. Now, it should be noted that this BTAD, which will be renamed as BTR, and areas mentioned under 6th Schedule of Indian Constitution and areas under ILP are outside the impact of CAA, that is Citizenship Amendment Act. That means CAA won't be applicable to these areas. Now, one more thing which is associated with this agreement is that the BTR would include the villages that are dominated by Bodo. So the villages dominated by the Bodo community will be included in this BTR, that is Bodoland Territorial Region, and the villages who are in BTAD presently with non-Bodo population will be excluded. So in simplest term, as per this agreement, BTAD will be renamed as BTR. Villages which are dominated by Bodo population will be included into this one, and the villages which are presently in BTAD but with non-Bodo population, those villages will be excluded. In addition to that, the Bodo people living in hills will be given a scheduled hill tribe status. Apart from that, central government has announced a package of rupee 1500 crore for the specific projects related to the development of Bodo areas. So this was the agreement. Now, one more agreement was in news, as recently 4-party agreement was signed, and this agreement was signed between central government, state government of Mizoram and Tripura, and representatives of Bru community. Now, I have uploaded a special video on this topic. You can watch that. Now, problem is that you people keep asking for new content, but you are not even watching it. Like, special videos are uploaded, but only 4-5,000 people are watching them. Similarly, a special video on reports was uploaded and only 10,000 people watched it. These are the high scoring areas. Still, you are not focusing on these areas. With State Assembly recently passed a resolution to abolish the state's Legislative Council. So recently, Andhra Pradesh State Assembly passed a resolution to abolish the Legislative Council of State. Actually, the decision was taken at the backdrop of constant opposition in the Legislative Council by the main opposition party TDP, that is Telugu Desam Party, and this party is headed by Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, and TDP is opposing the bill related to decentralization of capital of Andhra Pradesh, and that is why the Legislative Assembly of Andhra Pradesh passed a resolution to abolish the Legislative Council. Now let's understand few important things. First is bicameralism. It means two houses. Like in our parliament, we have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Similarly, at state level, we have Legislative Council. These are upper houses, and we have Legislative Assembly. Now, Article 169 contains the provisions for Legislative Council, and at present, apart from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, and Karnataka have Legislative Council. Now, Andhra Pradesh want to abolish Legislative Council because in Legislative Council, the decentralization bill is being opposed, and this bill proposes 3 capitals for state of Andhra Pradesh. These 3 capitals are Visakhapatnam, Amravati, and Kurnool. Kurnool is going to be the judicial capital, Amravati is going to be the legislative capital, and Visakhapatnam is going to be the executive capital. What is the percentage of government stake in Air India which is announced to be divested? So it is 100%. So as per the recent announcement by the government, 100% of equity share capital of Air India is on sale, and it also include 100% stakes in AI Express Limited and 50% stakes in Air India SATS Airport Services Limited. Apart from that, the deadline for the submission of bid is March 17. Now, if we compare it with the previous offer, previously 76% stakes were on sale. This time, government offered 100% stakes. Apart from that, net worth for the interested entities was reduced from Rs 5,000 crore to 3,500 crores. That means those who are bidding for this should have net worth of 3,500 crore rupees. Which Indian city was the host of 3rd Global Potato Conclave of 2020? So Gandhinagar was the host, and Prime Minister of India addressed this conclave through video conferencing. And this was the 3rd Global Potato Conclave. The first such conclave held in 1999 and second held in 2008. That means once in a decade. Now, Gandhinagar was in news as it became the first kerosene-free district of Gujarat. Recently, Gujarat was in news as second tallest statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was inaugurated in Ahmedabad in Gujarat. And recently, the tallest statue of Sardar Patel, which is also known as Statue of Unity, was included in the list of 8 wonders of SCO. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The headquarters of SCO is not in Shanghai. It is in Beijing. Beijing is in China, and recently China locked Wuhan because of outbreak of coronavirus. In fact, the first informal summit between India and China held in Wuhan in 2018. Now answer in comment box which place was the host for second informal summit between India and China. Which Indian shipbuilder is to deliver the anti-submarine stealth warship INS Kavrati to Indian Navy? So it is GRSE, that is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. So GRSE will deliver the anti-submarine stealth warship to Indian Navy, and this INS Kavrati is last of the 4 anti-submarine warfare stealth Kavratis built by GRSE. The first 3 are Kamorta, Kadmat and Kiltan, and this INS Kavrati is going to be the 4th one. Now if we talk about GRSE, it is a defense PSU, headquarter is in Kolkata, and it was nationalized in 1960. Actually it was formed in 1884 and nationalized in 1960. The world's smallest gold chain, which features Albert Einstein, is recently released by which country? So it was released by Switzerland, and this is world's smallest gold coin. In addition to this, another coin featuring tennis star Mr. Roger Federer was also minted. Now Switzerland was in news as Davos is in Switzerland, and the 50th annual meeting of World Economic Forum recently held in Davos. The Indian delegation was led by Mr. Piyush Goyal, and during this World Economic Forum, 1T.org initiative was announced. Now answer in comment box what is the objective of this initiative. Marzan Sarek, who was in news after his resignation, was the Prime Minister of which country? So he was the Prime Minister of Slovenia, and recently he submitted his resignation and called for an early election. Now if we talk about Slovenia, it is a European country and it shares border boundary with Italy, Austria, Hungary and Croatia. Capital of Slovenia is Ljubljana and the currency is Euro. Who has been appointed as the Chief Executive of IBA, that is Indian Banks Association? So recently Mr. Sunil Mehta has taken charge as the Chief Executive of IBA. Previously he was the Chairman of IBA. Now he became the Chief Executive of IBA. So Mr. Sunil Mehta has replaced Mr. VG Kannan as the Chief Executive. Now if we talk about IBA, It was formed in 1946 as a representative body of management of banking in our country, and it is based in Mumbai. Which Indian theatre artist is to be conferred the prestigious French honor Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters? Right answer is Sanjana Kapoor. So the veteran theatre personality and the daughter of Mr. Shashi Kapoor, artist Sanjana Kapoor, is to be presented the French honor Knight of Order of Arts and Letters, and she was given this for her outstanding contribution to the theatre arts. Which Indian squash player became the runner-up in the Pittsburgh Open Squash Tournament? So recently, Mr. Saurav Ghosal became the runner-up in the Pittsburgh Open Squash Tournament after he lost to the Fares Dessouki. He is from Egypt. Which country recently unveiled the historic coin with the inscription Peace, Prosperity and Friendship with All Nations with the date of 31st of January 2020? So from the date itself, you can guess that it is UK, and UK has released this 50 pence coin, and this date is date of Brexit, and this coin is minted to mark the leaving of country from the European Union. The finance minister of UK is Mr. Sajid Javid. Now recently UK was in news as recent NATO summit held in UK. Apart from that, UK was also in news as recently Mauritius accused UK of committing crime against humanity in Chagos Islands. So it is a disputed territory in Indian Ocean. The International Holocaust Remembrance Day is observed globally on which date? So it is observed on 27th of January, and recently the World Holocaust Forum held in Israel. Veteran Indian sportsperson Sunita Chandra, who passed away recently, was associated with sport. So she was associated to hockey, and she was the captain of Indian women's hockey team. She had played for India from 1956 to 1966. Now, if we talk about hockey, India is going to host the Men's Hockey World Cup in 2023, while the Women's Hockey World Cup is going to be co-hosted by Spain and Netherlands. Recently, Spain was in news as the COP25 held in Spain. COP stands for Conference of Parties. Capital of Spain is Madrid and capital of Netherlands is Amsterdam. The Indian Railways is expected to be electrified by which year as per the recent statement of Union Railway Minister? So as per recent statement of Mr. Piyush Goyal, Indian Railway is expected to be electrified by 2024. That means it is set to run entirely on electricity by 2024. And once achieved, India will have the first railway network in the world to run completely on electricity. Now, recently, Mr. Piyush Goyal also announced that by 2030, Indian Railway is going to be net zero carbon emitter. Apart from that, recently Indian Railways was in news as Mr. V.K. Yadav was reappointed as the chairman of Railway Board. In addition to that, recently RPF, that is Railway Protection Force, was renamed as IRPFS, that is Indian Railway Protection Force Service. India's first underwater metro project is set to be launched in which city? So, India's first underwater metro project, the East-West project of Kolkata Metro Rail Corporation, is set to be launched by March 2022. And this metro project runs partly under the famous Hooghly River. And this East-West metro project is owned by two ministries. 74% of the project is owned by Ministry of Railway, and rest 26% is owned by Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. JICA, that is Japan International Cooperation Agency, is providing funding to the project. The birth anniversary of which Indian freedom fighter was celebrated on 28th of January and this freedom fighter is popularly known as Punjab Kesari. So recently, the 155th birth anniversary of Lala Lajpat Rai was celebrated across country on 28th of January. Lala Lajpat Rai was popularly known as Punjab Kesari and Lion of Punjab for his ideology of nationalism and freedom. He was a part of trio of Lal, Bal, Pal. Lal stands for Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal stands for Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Pal stands for Bipin Chandra Pal. And this trio played a very significant role in the freedom struggle. And Lala Lajpat Rai was injured during the protest against Simon Commission, which subsequently led to his death. The 12th National Conference on Safety in Mines was recently inaugurated in which city? So it was inaugurated in New Delhi, and it was inaugurated by Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Mr. Santosh Kumar Gangwar. Now this National Conference on Safety in Mines was first organized in 1958. Now if we talk about mining, recently the Union Cabinet approved Mineral Laws Ordinance. This ordinance will amend Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act of 1957. So this ordinance will ease the rules for coal auctioning. Now if we talk about ordinance, Article 123 of Indian Constitution contains the provisions about ordinance powers of President of India, while Article 213 contains the provisions related to the ordinance powers of Governor. Now answer in comment box, what are the conditions in which ordinance can be passed? As per the Agricultural Department's final estimates, what is the estimated total horticulture production of the country in 2018-19? So recently, final estimates were released by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and the total horticulture production in our country in 2018-19 was 310.74 million ton. It is slightly higher than the previous year production. Now, in case of fruits, flowers, spices and honey, there was improvement in production, while in case of vegetables, aromatic and medicinal plants and plantation crops, there was a reduction in the production. Which Indian state recently signed Memorandum of Understanding with the Government e-Marketplace to set up a Government e-Marketplace Organizational Transformation Team, that is GOTT unit? So recently, Government of Uttar Pradesh signed agreement with Government e-Marketplace, and this Government e-Marketplace is under Commerce Ministry. The objective of this memorandum is to set up GOTT in Uttar Pradesh. GOTT stands for Government e-Marketplace Organizational Transformation Team. Now, if we talk about this GEM, it is like Amazon for the government departments. That means if they have to purchase something, they can purchase it through this platform. So this was started to bring transparency in the procurement. And recently, with this Memorandum of Understanding, Uttar Pradesh became the second state after Punjab to set up this GOTT to efficiently use this GEM initiative. Now Punjab was in news as recently Punjab passed a resolution against CAA. So far, 4 states have passed resolution against CAA. First was Kerala, then Punjab, then Rajasthan and West Bengal. Kerala was also in news as it has approached Supreme Court under Article 131 in the context of CAA, that is Citizenship Amendment Act. What is the theme of DefExpo 2020? Right answer is India, the emerging defense manufacturing hub. So the 11th edition of DefExpo is going to be in Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, and the theme is India, the emerging defense manufacturing hub, and the sub-theme is digital transformation of defense. The present defense minister is Mr. Rajnath Singh, and recently he was in news as he awarded Assam for the best tableau during Republic Day of 2020. So Assam was given award for best tableau, and Odisha and UP were on second position in terms of tableau during Republic Day ceremony. In addition to that, the tableau of NDRF and Jal Shakti Mission were chosen as the best among ministries and departments. The President of Brazil, Mr. Jair Bolsonaro, was the chief guest of this year's Republic Day ceremony. So these were the important questions of today's quiz. Thank you, and that's all for the day.